Welcome to Dr. Ray's Learning Minute. How many errors are in the following sentence? Can you correct them? Sarah had brought two books from Barnes and Noble, so she will have something to read in the plane. Sarah had brought two books from Barnes and Noble, so she will have something to read in the plane. Can you identify the errors in this sentence? How many errors are in this sentence? Can you correct the errors or mistakes that are in this sentence? Can you correct the errors or mistakes that are in this sentence? All right. I'll give you another 5 seconds to look at it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There are 7 errors or mistakes in this sentence. Sarah had brought two books from Barnes and Noble, so she would have something to read in the plane. Okay, let's dive into this and fix all 7 errors or mistakes. The first error or mistake is the mismatched verb tense. Sarah had brought and she will have. This is a mismatch of the past perfect with the future tense. We do not want to put these two tenses together because it will often change the meaning and make it very confusing for the reader to understand. So this is a big thumbs down. How do we fix these errors or mistakes? Well, we can use the simple past or the present. Sarah brought two books from Barnes and Noble, so she has something to read in the plane. Or we could say Sarah had brought two books from Barnes and Noble, so she would have something to read on the plane. And this would be the past perfect with the conditional. These two verb tenses together work well together, and they help with provide meaning to the sentence. Okay, meaning of time, an aspect to the sentence. Okay, let's go to issue number 2. The second issue is that we used the wrong verb. Sarah brought. We should have used Sarah bought. All right, this is a common mistake, a common error that many people make. Remember, brought is the past tense of to bring, and bought is the past tense of to buy. All right. In this case, she bought the books from Barnes and Noble. What is our third mistake or error? Well, this one is a style issue. This one is a style issue, and we have the number 2. Now remember, we could fix that by writing the number 2 out. It's important to remember that numbers from 0 to 9 must be written. There are a few exceptions like dates and scores. If you said the tennis match was that uh, that Arthur Ashe won the match 7-5, you can write out or give the numerical numerals for 7 and 5 for scores. But for the most part, when we're talking about numbers from 0 to 9, you should write those out, okay, in letter form, in word form, rather. All right, mistake or error number 4 is, and I'm pretty sure many of you saw that, it should be not two book, but we should fix that to say two books. Two books. And remember, one book, two books, three books. So we need the plural form of the noun here for books. Okay. Mistake error 5 is noble is not capitalized. Noble is a what? Is a proper noun, and all proper nouns must be capitalized. Okay. Number 6 could be a hard one for many of you, and that is there should not be a comma here. Why? Well, you might say this is a compound sentence and we always put a comma in front of the coordinated conjunction. Well, surprise, 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 surprise. So is not a coordinating conjunction here. So in this sentence is actually a subordinating conjunction, making this sentence a complex sentence. And why? It is true that so does serve as a coordinating conjunction, but so also serves as a subordinator. And it serves as a subordinator when the two clauses have a relationship of purpose. All right. So in this sentence, it's about purpose. The reason why she bought the 2 books is for her to read on a plane. It's not cause and effect. Okay. It's not cause and effect. Cause and effect would be something like Sarah was hit by the car, so she had to go to the hospital. That would be cause and effect. Here is purpose. Now, you may say, how do I know when so is a coordinator or when so is a subordinator? If you can add the word that after so, then it not sound awkward, then it's more than likely a sentence of purpose in a complex sentence. So you would have no comma. Because remember, when the dependent clause comes in second position, you do not need a comma. So Sarah bought 2 books from Barnes and Noble so that she had something to read in the plane. All right. And our final error or mistake is the wrong preposition in. We should have on the plane. Now remember, in any mode of transportation where you can stand up, you use the preposition on. If you cannot stand up, you use the preposition in. If you cannot stand up, you use the preposition in. Well, our final verdict is that the sentence should read, Sarah bought 2 books from Barnes and Noble so she can have something to read on the plane. I hope you guys learned something today. Please like and subscribe for more learning moments. Bye for now.